Hello students, my name is Exit Smith. I'm a retired Master Gunnery Sergeant from the United States Marine Corps. And I understand you had a few questions. My sister Mendi, I believe she's your teacher, she sent them to me, and I'm going to read a few of them off my phone here, and then for one of the questions that you had, I put something up on the computer because it's a little bit longer for the answer. Let's go to question number 1. It said, what's so important about all the gear the Marines have to wear to go into war? Well, first off, probably the most important thing about all the gear that we wear is it's for our protection. It is heavy, but it provides us a lot more protection than, say, those back in wars prior to the recent wars had. Like if you look at old video footage of even the Civil War or World War I or World War II, you'll see that those soldiers really didn't wear any protective gear at all. And because of that, almost any wound could be fatal. Nowadays, we have Marines, sailors, airmen, Army guys that get completely blown up, but because of all their gear, they still survive. So, other things too that our gear does, fire protection, up under all the heavy, cool-looking stuff that we have on, we also wear fire retardant underclothing. So, that's pretty much what all the gear does. How much does the gear weigh by itself? Well, if you're wearing the SAPI plates, which are the ceramic plates in the front and in the back and on the sides, those can weigh about 50 pounds by themselves. So, you know, if you add a standard issue of ammo, which is 6 30-round magazines, you know, you can easily get up to 100 pounds very quickly. So, you don't want to be walking around with that stuff on for too long. Alright, number 3. How did you earn the Presidential Unit Citation? Well, for this one, guys, I'm going to actually read the citation. It's a unit award. It's not an individual award. I didn't win it individually. The unit that I was with, which was the first 1 MEF. So, 1st Marine Expeditionary Force actually won that award. Everyone in it. And I'll read the citation to you because it's rather long, but this will give you an idea. So, the Presidential Unit Citation: for extraordinary heroism and outstanding performance in action against enemy forces in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom from 21 March to 24 April 2003. During this period, the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, reinforced, conducted the longest sequence of coordinated combined arms overland attacks in the history of the Marine Corps. From the border between Kuwait and Iraq to the culmination of hostilities north of Baghdad, 1 MEF, Marine Expeditionary Force, advanced nearly 800 kilometers under sustained and heavy combat, utilizing the devastating combat power of organic aviation assets, airplanes, coupled with awesome power resident in the ground combat elements, like artillery and tanks, and maintaining momentum through the Herculean efforts of combat service support elements, which are your guys that bring your resupplies, like your water, food. 1 MEF destroyed 9 Iraqi divisions. This awesome display of combat power was accomplished while simultaneously freeing the Iraqi people from more than 30 years of oppression and reestablishing basic infrastructure in the country. During the 33 days of combat to the transition to civil military operations, 1 MEF sustained tempo of operations never before seen on the modern battlefield, conducting 4 major river crossings, maintaining the initiative, and sustaining forces. The ferocity and duration of the campaign was made possible through the skills and determination of the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and coalition partners comprising 1 MEF at all levels, all echelons, and all occupational fields, all jobs basically. By their devotion to duty, the officers and enlisted personnel of 1 Marine Expeditionary Force reinforced reflect great credit upon themselves and upheld the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Pretty good, huh? So that's how we won the Presidential Unit Citation. Okay, which one's next? Was being in the Marines for 27 years like you thought it was going to be? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what I thought being in the Marines was going to be like, but I can tell you that it was definitely an adventure. I went all over the world. I was in many combat operations. I was in many different countries. I met tons and tons of great people. It provided me an exciting life, an ever-changing life. I did things I probably never thought I would do. It's led to the current job that I have now. You know what? It was great. I have no complaints. I wasn't happy all the time, but neither is anyone else, and it was as good a job. And you know what? After 27 years, retirement's good, and I'm set up for the future. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Were the troops at Paris Island nice or mean? They were mean. Okay, they weren't nice at all. I'm just going to tell you right now. Drill instructors aren't nice. It's not their job to be nice. It's their job to take, you know, a 17, 18-year-old punky kid and turn him into a Marine. That's not an easy thing to do. And so they take their job very seriously, and they are very good at it. Have you driven a tank, and what kind of tank? I wasn't a tanker, but I have driven a tank. I've driven an Iraqi tank. I've driven an old T-55 military, really an Army tank. But I've never driven like an M1A1 or M1A2 or anything that's out there today. And what is military combat training? Okay, every Marine is a rifleman. That's our motto. Okay, what does that mean? That means that every person in the Marine Corps, male, female, doesn't matter, is first and foremost a rifleman. Knows what to do with a rifle in their hand, knows how to engage the enemy. So, and we're the only service that's like that. Other services, whether it's Army, Navy, Coast Guard, nothing against those fine folks, Air Force, but they're guys that work on airplanes aren't warfighters. They're not running around with guns. Even our cooks are. That's just the way the Marine Corps is. But to be able to do that, after you get done with basic training, which teaches you how to be a basic Marine, we go through 30 days of Marine combat training. And that's for everyone. Even those that are going to go to the infantry do that. So what that does is give basic warfighting skills to every person that's in the Marine Corps. Every person. And then every year you're tested on those basic skills regardless of what your job is. We call it an MOS, Military Occupational Specialty, but that's what it is. It's a job. So that's what Marine combat training is. It's about 30 days long. It's not that fun either. It's right after boot camp, so it's still kind of the same mentality, but it's what being a Marine's all about. So I hope I've answered your questions. If you got any more questions, send them my way. I'm here. I'm Mendy's brother. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.